Sunny fam, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are rowing, we're riding, we're gonna do some strength training, core training on the floor. So you're in the right place. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and hit the like button because we're on YouTube. Welcome back. You're with me, Mandy, and we're here on YouTube. Today's row and ride workout is going to be an interval-based workout. We're starting standing with a body weight warm-up. So before we even get going, let's take a deep breath in through the nose, reach up. Exhale the elbows and arms down. Take a big shoulder roll. We go right into some cross reaches. So getting the heart rate up just a little bit. Take it slow, pivot off that back heel, kind of push the walls away from you. We're gonna move right into an overhead reach in 2 and 1. Go ahead and lead and reach. Again, we're not really focused on the speed, but more about the range of motion pain-free. Today's workout, we'll see intervals on the floor, we'll see intervals on the row and ride. Little secret, this is my first time on the piece. I'm super pumped about it. Let's go into squats because I've heard nothing but good things, and obviously I've read the reviews, and the reviews have been rave. So I'm really pumped that they have chosen me, the Sunny team, to do some rowing and riding. And of course, we'll do some planking and some bridging as well. Give me one more squat, hold it down, take a look at your feet. Make sure you can see those feet and spread those toes out because we will be holding a squat on this today. So it's good for you to kind of orient yourself with that. Feeling a little heat in the thighs. Now we're gonna move into some hinges. Walk the feet a little bit tighter in. I'm gonna turn a little bit of it a profile. We want the back to stay engaged. So think about squeezing the shoulder blades together and tucking the seat at the top. This action, this hinging, is exactly what we'll be up to in today's row and ride. You'll see 3 different types of grips and then an alternated grip. Give me one more hinge and squeeze and exhale to rise. Last but certainly not least, we're gonna go into a hamstring curl and a row. So here's what's happening. I'm pulling my heels to my seat and I'm working in an overhand grip row. This is a very traditional wide grip row. Now I'm gonna keep going with the legs, but I'm gonna turn my palms to face up. This is a supinated-grip row, which you'll see here on my trusty friend. And then last but certainly not least is my medial-grip row. That's palms facing the midline, or just a fancy way of saying palms facing each other. Last bit of the warm-up, step back, find yourself in a plank position and pause. Just breathe here. Push the floor away from you, engage your glutes, squeeze into the back body and draw the shoulders back. Our warm-up is over here in about 5 seconds. Take a deep breath in, shift the hips up, walk the toes in, and rise to stand. We're starting on the row and ride. So we're gonna spend 2 minutes on the row and ride, 2 minutes on the floor, rinsing and repeating for a 14-minute interval. So go ahead and take a seat, place your feet on the top of the foot pads, have the feet have the toes over those foot pads. And we're gonna start with a medial grip row. So my palms face in. I exhale, rise, full range of motion, and all the way back down. Go nice and slow here. We've got plenty of time in our 20 minutes together. So really build upon the foundation here. Slowing everything down, really feeling every muscle in the back body engaging. Squeeze into the back, almost like you're lifting your heart towards the sky. Yeah, just taking little pauses here and there. Our minute is almost up and we're gonna be moving into a supinated grip row. Again, we covered it a little bit, but I'm gonna turn my palms up here, lower down, and I'm gonna move a little quicker on this second half of the 2 minutes. Exhale, pull the elbows back. So I like this lower bar, but I'm gonna try the higher bar because I'm a little shorter and it feels like I'm getting more of a row here. So my arms aren't very long. So actually it's kind of nice that the bar is curled. Exhale, pull. Gotta love pieces of equipment. Spread the toes out. Just notice if you're kind of Calf raising, try to keep your feet pretty neutral here. Gorgeous. So right now, I only have one resistance band on the row. If I wanted to make it harder, I could add another one and maybe even a third one. But I'm just trying this out, just dipping my toe. Let's do one more. And that was our 2 minutes on the row and ride. So come on down to the floor, meet me in a plank position on your forearms. So we're gonna come down to the forearms and we're gonna hold our plank. Take a moment here, press the mat away from you. So you might have seen me kind of find this cat spine. I'm pushing my shoulder blades away from my spine, which is the exact opposite of me rowing. Now I'm gonna start to shift to a side and find a side plank, and then shift to the other side and find a side plank. I'm looking towards the sky as I rotate my body from right to left. We've got about 25 more seconds here, and then we're gonna hold a side plank, one per side, where I'll face you and you'll be able to say this in a different plane. Good. Breathing in. Lift those hips a little higher if you can, squeezing into the inner thighs and glutes. Last one, both sides. And then we're gonna meet on the knees next. Go ahead and bring your knees to the floor. I'm gonna find a modified side plank. And I'm gonna lift off my hips, open the knee and return. Open the knee and return. So while I'm doing that, I'm pressing the ground away from me on that forearm, and I'm lifting and lowering the top knee to work the clamshell or the glute med. Outer hip, nothing like burning into the glutes. Go ahead and switch your sides, and we'll do our second side for also same amount of time, 30 seconds. Lift those hips and open and close the top leg. So I've got my knee on the floor, and I have a nice solid straight line from elbow to shoulder. I could look towards the sky, or I could look at you. I kind of like looking at you. You've got 4 seconds, and of course we're back on our row and ride. Go ahead and come on down to the floor. Gently make your way back up and take a seat. All right, back to the task at hand. I have an overhand grip row, and I'm going to go for a medium tempo. Full range of motion again. Start to tap into your diaphragmatic breath. So we're actually utilizing the breath to engage the core muscles. Exhaling as I rise, inhaling as I drop in. Try not to go all the way down. You're kind of going almost to the edge. If you hear a little click, you've gone too far, okay? I'm having a good time, and actually I'm starting to feel the burn. So this is cool. Good, we're almost done with our medium tempo, full range grip row. And we're gonna move into an overhand no row. Hold the mid squat pulse. Here we go. So I wanna make sure that my shoulder is packed. That's just a fancy way of saying, make sure your shoulder is plugged into the socket. So if you feel like you're like really eating your earlobes right now, by the way, my thighs are burning because I'm doing this little pulse in the mid-range. And I'm just keeping those shoulders retracted and packed. Why has it only been 30 seconds? I don't know. It feels like it should be an eternity. We did a little of this in the warm-up. I felt this and I was like, oh, this is gonna be something. And it is. So just about 20 more seconds here. I don't know about you, but I'm really starting to feel those thighs for realsies. But this is kind of nice. I like that burn. It's that muscular burn. Notice the difference, right? If you feel like, oh man, maybe I'm feeling in my joints or my bones. Pay attention to that. Gorgeous. Almost done with this 2-minute interval on the machine. This is time. Slowly come down, step off the row and ride, and we're gonna move into a down dog. So showing this to you at a little bit of an angle, I'm gonna be in this triangular position, pressing the hips back towards the top of the sky, soften the knees. In my down dog, I'm gonna start to walk my toes towards the edge of the mat, and then walk back to my down dog. Do the other side, walk the toes all the way to the edge, and all the way back down. So I'm drawing like a V with my toes. Maybe this is not gonna work for you. That's okay. You could just hold your down dog and focus on that form and alignment. Make sure your hands are nice and spread out though. So you really wanna have a nice foundation in those hands. I'm trying to crawl my feet up as high as I can. A lot of core control here. I feel this in my obliques. Meet me back in the down dog. Bring your feet about shoulder width apart. Then I shift over to one side and feel that side bend. And then I shift into the other side. So we're here for another minute, just kind of moving into the side body. Really feeling the stretching, but also the contracting. So if I'm moving over to this side, I'm contracting and I'm stretching through this side. Same rules apply, opposite here. Press the chest back. Start to connect to the breath if you forgot. We've got about half of a minute's time left. Exhale. Feels pretty good. Does require a lot of arm strength, so that's kind of good because after all, we are rowing. So it's good to have a push overhead. Let's do one more and finish on the second side. Slowly come back through the neutral position, lower the knees, and we're back on the row and ride. Okay, so we're into our next alt grip. So I'm gonna take my right hand on top, my left hand faces up, right hand down. I do an alternated grip here. Full range of motion. I would say if you can move a little faster, like medium fast, would be great. And what that might be for you might be different from me. Sometimes it's really cool to use some music because you can kind of match the beat. But here I am, totally silent, just working in the studio. It's so quiet. So I have music going in my head. Lol. Good, 15 more seconds. Exhale, pull. Are you squeezing your seat at the top? If you forgot, go ahead and start now, because why not, right? This machinery is so unique in that design. So utilize the seat. I love to move my seat. Good, wherever you're at, switch the grip. Same concept. I just have the other palm up and the other palm down. Alternated grip, right? I'm drawing those elbows behind my rib cage. Pull, pull. I can't believe it, 20 minutes is so short. We're a little over halfway done. And of course, we still have many more rows coming our way. Exhale, let's blow those birthday candles out. Really beautiful. Now we're back on the floor in about 15. And of course, on the floor, we're gonna continue on the core work. Okay, this is nice. Good, really push your heels down. Notice if your calves are taking on more than they should. Okay, meet me on the floor in 3, 2, and go ahead and come off that row and ride very safely, of course. I'm gonna be on my back, and I'm gonna cross my ankle over my thigh, take my hands behind my head, push my knee away from me. I have a figure 4 bridge. Ooh, I just cracked my hip. And then cross. So I'm crossing the elbow of the extended leg to the bent knee. So the knee in the air is the elbow that's coming across and tapping. So we're getting a little glute. And then of course we're crossing the torso. So we're working all the planes of motion in today's workout. There are 3 planes of motion: our sagittal, our frontal, and our transverse. When we cross the midline here like this, that's our transverse. So we're getting that in there, really important element to getting that multi-planar work. All right, give me one more on this side, and then we're gonna switch the sides. So unfortunately, I'm gonna be twisting away from you. All right, lift, lower, curl, and repeat. What's cool is you can kind of see my spine articulating on and off of the mat, right? So I'm really tucking my tail at the top and then releasing my spine like I'm putting a pearl necklace down on a table, just really slow. Cross. All right, I'd love for you to get in the comment section and tell me which part of the workout you enjoyed the most. We're almost done, which is really weird to say. We've got about 20 more seconds on the floor here. And really the next time I'll see you on the floor, it'll be Stretch City. So Stretch City is coming soon to a town near you. This is the last one. So I'm gonna go across, lift my hips this last time, lower my hips, and finish across. Good, hug your knees in. Let's rock and roll on the row and ride. Last interval of the day. So we're starting with a static squat, and I have an overhand grip, and I'm holding the squat. Now I'm gonna start to play around with reach. I'm reaching my arm up and back while I'm holding my squat. So you're not hanging out on the ground. I'm lifting, I'm opening, I'm looking back. Remember I talked about that transverse plane? Same thing. I plug my shoulder in, I look back, maybe I wave at a neighbor, maybe I don't, you know, your call. Big inhale and exhale to return. So there's always a hand safety, right? There's always a hand on the rower. Otherwise you'll be on the floor. That's not the goal. Big inhale and big exhale to return. Keep those shoulders packed in. I'm still in my squat and I can feel my quads, tops of my thighs. Good. Inhale to reach. I love this. It's kind of feeling like a little bit of a stretch, but it's also feeling like work in the legs. All right, our minute is up, so let's finish with a bang. Fast and furious. I've got my overhand grip. I'm going full range for the speed finish. We only have about 45 seconds left, and the rest of this is stretching. Row to the finish line. Pull. Yeah, plug those shoulders in, exalt the heart energy forward, squeeze the seat. Apply all these things we've been learning over the course of the last, 15 minutes or so. And I know you've heard me hit the bottom, right? I'm not perfect, and I'm realizing I probably should have put 2 on. And that's just me underestimating my strength. What? Who is she? Almost there. Give me 2 more, 1 more, and you have completed the row and ride. We're gonna stretch off the piece of machinery. So go ahead and step off safely and stay standing. So we're gonna start with a dynamic stretch. I'm gonna bring the heel forward. We're gonna stretch the hamstrings. So slide down, reach for the toes and pull them towards your face. Now, if I can't touch my toes, I can just pull my toes towards my face and place my hands on my thigh. Rise your way up and switch the leg. Showing this to you at a little bit of a profile, I'm shifting the weight back. So I'm stretching here as well as the back side of that leg that's extended. Take a deep breath in. Breath is important in stretch. It helps bring the oxygen to the muscle. Rise your way up. Beautiful. Bring the feet really wide apart. We're gonna drop into one hip, and that's gonna stretch that inner thigh group on my extended leg. Maybe I bring the fingertips to the floor, and then maybe I open up towards that right-hand side. And I'm gonna lean back in space and wring out the wrist. Why? Because we did a bunch of grip. So grip strength is good, but we wanna also get the stretch in there. Good, go ahead and switch to the other side. So I'm dropping into the hip on the other side, and I'm feeling a little bit of that inner thigh stretch. And then I'm gonna open twist to the row and ride. Hey buddy, what's going on? Lean back and wring out the wrist on top. Ooh, that feels pretty nice. And of course, we've got to get those quads stretched out. So return through the center and roll your way to stand. I would say just hold this for some stability and bring your knee close to the other knee. Showing this to you on a little bit of a profile here, I'm going to soften my knee of my standing leg and then tuck and extend. So I'm doing that thrust still, but now I'm feeling it all down that quad and flexor group. Do it again. Bend and push. Excellent. Switch your sides. We don't have long. Go ahead and lift your chest up, stand up nice and tall, soften, and then push forward. So my knees are trying to stay pretty close together so they stay in that alignment for the thighs. Let's do one more. And good. Last but not least, we're gonna stretch through the chest. So come on down to all fours. I'm gonna slide the arms out pretty wide, lower down one elbow, one shoulder, and then switch. Good, we're gonna just do that one more time just to feel the chest stretch. Why would we do a chest stretch? Because we did our planks, our down dogs. Go ahead and come through this center, and we're gonna thread the needle to stretch scapula to spine. So reach overhead and then rotate across. Making it dynamic, we'll do 2 more. And rotate. Feel that stretch from scapula to spine, shoulder blade to spine. Last one. And pause here. Rest on the side of the face. Push the mat away from you. Feel that stretch statically. Breathe in. And exhale, return. Last side. I reach up. I rotate behind. Good. Inhale to reach. Exhale to rotate. Last one here. I'm gonna pause, reach as far as I can, rest the side of my face, push the mat forward and away from me. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, return to the knees. Crawl the hands next to the knees. That's it. I hope you had a great workout. Get in the comments section. Let us know what you loved about this piece, and we'll see you soon. Don't forget, hit the like, hit the notification. My name's Mandee. Thanks for joining us here at Sunny. If you've enjoyed this workout, I invite you to follow me on the SunnyFit app. There, you'll find more classes from me. I teach Pilates, cycling, rowing. I'm on the treadmill. So come find me, plus me and many more from all of our other amazing Sunny trainers. If you haven't downloaded the SunnyFit app yet, click on the link in the description below so we can work out together. Yeah? Yeah.